Hey YouTube, my name is Unlike Mike, but if you'd like, you can just call me Mike. And I'm taking a little break from my Final Fantasy 1 playthrough because I really want to start putting in more Kingdom Hearts related content into my channel because this is my favorite series. I do want to do a playthrough of all the games, and I thought the best way I could do this is actually by doing a tier list video for what I think, in my opinion, are the best Kingdom Hearts games. And I think we're definitely going to have a lot of disagreeing, and I'm not being contrarian. If your opinion is different than mine, that is okay. Let me know in the comments. I'm okay with whatever your opinion whatever your opinion is. If you think Recoded is the best game in the series, put it in the comments. Let me know why. I'd like to have that conversation with you. Uh, it doesn't bother me. So just as long as you ain't being hateful or nothing, then it's all good. And I want to do this tier list because it's actually been a while since I've played Kingdom Hearts in general, and I'm curious as if my opinion would change after playing everything all over again. So I plan on revisiting this exact video later once I'm finished with all my playthroughs of all the games. And to kind of kick it all off, I will be starting with Kingdom Hearts 1. We have this tier list. We have this tier, which says True King. It's because I'm only going to put one game that I think sits above the rest. And to me, that is Kingdom Hearts 1. Game is very near and dear to my heart. So a lot of nostalgic reasons that this would be, in my opinion, the best game. It helped me through a lot of tough times. It is my comfort game. This is a game I've put the most hours into. And overall, I actually do believe that it is the better of all the stories, for the most part. And there's something that with Kingdom Hearts 1 that doesn't really happen in any of the other games, is like all the world interactions. So like an example would be there's flowers in Alice in Wonderland, and you can cast lightning on them, or the interactions that you can have with the flowers to make you big and small. That just doesn't exist in any of the other games, and I don't know why they took that aspect out. And it has the most platforming, even if if it's not the best platforming, still has that platforming aspect to it that just doesn't exist in these other games. And that is why this is the true king. Starting at number 2. Oh, and also, I guess I should mention this. When I refer to Kingdom Hearts, just assume that I'm referring to the final mix version. I'm giving each I'm basing each game off of its best iteration. So with 1, it'll be its final mix. 2, I'm referring to the final mix. 3, assume that when I'm talking about 3, that I'm also including Remind DLC into 3. The only one that's going to be different for is Chain of Memories, because they are kind of different in my opinion. Especially with like how it plays. And this will probably be I don't know if this makes too much sense to y'all, but to me, this was the second game I got to play, and it was just amazing to always have Kingdom Hearts on the go. I love pixel art; it's my preferred games to play. Like I'm doing a Final Fantasy 1 playthrough. I've never played it, and I'm doing it for the first time on YouTube, and I just love that art style. And the reason why I'm putting Rechain of Memory, Rechain of Memories so low is because I've only ever played it once and I never beaten it. The reason why is because when I fired it up and I was excited to play, and I started to play it, and I was having a good time, but I shut it off and immediately just started playing the GBA version instead, because this is just my preferred method. Actually, S tier, I wouldn't actually say it's probably S tier. I'd actually put this high A tier, only because to me, I had a lot of fun. I know everybody hates on the card aspect of the game. I didn't mind it at all. And that's not to be contrarian or anything. It's just for my experience, it just didn't bother me. And I actually enjoyed it. And I like collecting things. I like collecting cards and whatnot. So I think it kind of deserves to be in an A tier. I like the Castle Oblivion stuff. That was pretty cool. And yeah, this game, I have to just come back to Rechain of Memories, and then I'm sure this will rank much higher after I actually complete it. By much higher, probably only maybe up to B. It'll never be any higher than Chain of Memories is my assumption. Like I said, I don't know until I play them all again. Just because, like I said, they are style differences. Is just this is my preferred method, 100%. Also, this is we got to play as Riku at the end, and that blew my mind when we got to do that. A lot of fond memories with that. And actually, the GBA version is my second most played Kingdom Hearts game. And then moving on to, this is where I think I lose a lot of people. Moving on to Kingdom Hearts 2, I do not. I could feel the heat. It's hot in my room, but like I feel the heat right now across the internet right now. But I think it's better than Chain of Memories for sure. It's still a great game. I think high A tier, but there is like I know I'm losing so many people on this opinion, but it is a really good game. There's some aspects about it that I like and don't like. I love the drive forms was amazing. Reaction commands was cool. My main issue with this game was like taking out the the amount of like interactions you had with environment. Kind of is a really killer to me. Like, and the collection aspect of this game just didn't feel really rewarding. Like in Kingdom Hearts 1, when you're in Traverse Town and you got to find the postage mail, and there's 10, and then you have to, after you find all of them or whatever, you get whatever items that you got from the mailbox. And that was like a really rewarding feeling. And I feel like 2 took out a lot of the rewards that you got from like being adventurous in Kingdom Hearts 1. Also, too, just like the world just feels so empty, in my opinion. I don't know. I have to definitely revisit this game. I'm sure, like, if I revisit it, maybe it's like low S tier. But for right now, based off memory, I'm putting it at high A tier. Just there was worlds like Mulan where just I don't know. Maybe I just didn't really like Mulan a lot, but the world, I love the movie, but the world, maybe I just wasn't too fond of that level design. Like I said, just I don't know. It just wasn't. And surprisingly, again, not being contrarian, but I think that Atlantica is top 5 worlds in that game, solely because to me it's like a nice breather from the game. Like it's kind of like how like Winnie the Pooh is. It's just like mini games, and it's just like a nice little break from the overall story. And I just like hitting X and triangle really fast. But yeah, I think that Kingdom Hearts 2 kind of sits at A tier. I see people all the time saying that, oh no, this is the best one in the series, better than 1. And I don't really, aside from the Yanks, I don't know. I don't really like see how this ranks higher than that. Let me know in the comments, because I'm sure a lot of people would rank 2 as the best game in the series. And Birth by Sleep was pretty good from what I remember. Playing all 3 stories, this interwoven like gameplay of stories was really cool. I liked Aqua, Ven, Terra. Yeah, that was really fun. Especially the board game. The board game, I wish they made that board game in real life, because I played the holy hell out of that. Now, this game also has the problem where it feels empty. I feel like this gets a bit more of a pass because it was on PSP. It was on mobile, so like different hardware, probably not as good. So this, I'll give it a little bit of a pass. Also, too, something that I hope they bring back is the camera angle of 1. I think is perfect. So it's actually, I know the combat probably isn't the best in 1, but like just the camera angle really sells it to me, where I think everything looks better. Like everything's small, but like everything like looks kind of bigger and better because of the way the camera angle is. Like 2, it's like, and past that is just hella like zoomed out, and I can't remember if it was off center or what to kind of show more detail. But the problem with that is 2 doesn't have a lot of assets to show off, like people, like NPCs around, or different like environment assets, and I don't know. The camera angle though on 1, pristine. 3.5A over 2 days. if I judge this solely off the story, it would go here like 100%. But judging it off gameplay, yeah, it's it's a little bit lower. Even though I liked that I got to play uh, organization members was kind of the selling point for me. I'm gonna put it on B tier for now. I'm gonna by the end I'll re kind of go over everything, and this isn't off a script or anything, so this is just going off the dome piece right now. But yeah, the playing as like I played Zigbar I think the most because as soon as he was introduced in Kingdom Hearts 2, he was my favorite organization member. At first, it was Marluxia, or Lorium, if you want to call him, and then it became Zigbar. Like even before all of the Luxu stuff, son of a got me freaking good with that. He was my favorite organization member, and actually might just be my favorite character in the Kingdom Hearts series in general. But yeah, I played him a lot. The multiplayer was a good attempt. I don't really know if I can say much more about this currently. It's kind of disappointing we didn't get a proper remake of this game. If any of these games deserve a remake the most, it's probably 358. I would probably say the cinematic what do you call it? Just watching the cutscenes in like 1.5 and 2.5 like that was okay, but I feel like if you solely only watch that, you miss a lot of like interaction that all the organization members had. So I feel like you're kind of missing out if you don't play. um, Reach Into Memories, Recoded. I think gameplay probably here. I actually had a lot of fun with this one. It was like the closest gameplay style I feel like that I had a similar feeling to like Kingdom Hearts 1. But the story, I can't wait to replay this one because I actually don't remember much. So this could go. I'm gonna low B tier because like I know I had a lot of fun with this game. But just there's no, I can't think of scenes right now that are standing out to me as like, oh my god, the story was so good in this aspect. Like, so I have to come back to this game. And Kingdom Hearts 3D, the last of our DS games, definitely higher than Recoded because I definitely enjoyed my time. Better game stop play than this. The drop mechanic I know is like really annoying for everybody, but it didn't really bother me too much, only because I feel like I would just kind of just like zone out or whatever, and I don't realize like when I get dropped. But I loved playing as Riku and Sora. The story was okay from what I remember, minus the ending, which I thought was really good. And I loved all the World Ends with You characters because that's another game series that I love to play. I just hope that they add more. I hope we get more World Ends with You. It's so good. If you haven't played it, you should look into it because I think it's good. Um, okay, so we got zero point 0.2 S tier game. I had a lot of fun right before Kingdom Hearts 3 playing this. This is super hype. This is a concept that I hope maybe not just Kingdom Hearts, but like game companies in general do going forward is like making these really short polished games that are just to show off like a small story that we wouldn't get in a main game. And I I re- I, re- I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Like a good example of like do if they wanted to do this again is if they did like the training that Axel and Kyrie went through would fit perfectly for a game like this, or even Dark Road. Like Dark Road could be a simple game like this, just so we can get like a playable story, a good looking playable story of like little snippets of stuff that we haven't gotten yet. So, but I had a lot of fun with this. I thought it played pretty good. I'm assuming if I played this again, this one actually might go down a bit, but just off memory, this I had a buttload of fun with. And I'm already going to make some adjustments. That goes there for sure. I don't think Birth by Sleep goes any higher than A tier off noggin right now. Yeah, I think right now that just kind of popped out at me as I definitely think no two is low S tier for me. And Kingdom Hearts 3, this I definitely feel like I'm losing people here, but top of the S tier, second best game in the series, no question about it in my head. Um, this three, I laughed, I cried a lot, and I think it was the closest game that we've gotten to giving me the feeling that giving me the feeling that I had playing Kingdom Hearts 1 for the first time. It really captured the magic of that game. And I think I know a lot of people kind of like hated on this game, especially in the beginning, because of things that like I think were kind of more minuscule than we laid them out to be. But it could be because of the update that it got, that maybe it's just so much better now because of the update. But like the attraction flows, that didn't bother me. I thought they were stunning, and I hope they make it back again, but not as a system that you can keep using. I liked it in the aspect of like when you fight Rock Titan and you're shooting him on the train thing. That was amazing, and I thought it was a beautiful way to showcase the power behind like the Keyblade and stuff. So that is, and changing between three Keyblades, that needs to be a permanent stay. The forms are good. I thought this. I think the story was good. Um, I feel like I could say a lot about what Kingdom Hearts 3 did right. Uh, like, I didn't mind that they used Kingdom Hearts 3 as like a gateway to what the future holds. I didn't think they overdid it at all. Like, especially if you go back and watch the scenes, like, I don't think they spent a lot of time, as like people complain about, hyping up the future of Kingdom Hearts, like everything with like the foretellers and stuff. And it made me cry when I first played it, and Xehanort bequeathed Sora the Keyblade, and he became a full-fledged Keyblade wielder. That was amazing. That was such good writing, in my opinion. But maybe a lot of people missed that. I don't know. But Sora finally got to become a real Keyblade wielder after all this time, and it was by our big bad. Also, too, like I think the world choices were absolutely perfect and well thought of. Like, example, like Monstropolis, we're dealing with Vanitas, who's negative emotions, and the Monsters Inc. There's like the Scare Factory and whatnot, like energy off of like fear and uh, th- so the themings behind like each of like the choice of villain and world was really well thought of or thought out. I didn't like San Fran Tokyo. I was kind of disappointed by that. Or San Fran Tokyo, is it? San Fran Tokyo. Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with that world. I thought it was going to be a bit better than that. I was a little disappointed by that. Um, Whoopsies. And then, which one is this one? This one is back cover. Back cover, definitely S tier. The movie, so good. So unbelievably good. I hope this is something that they do more often. I've probably watched it maybe about 5 times now, and each time I watch it, I feel like I get a little bit more out of it. Meaning, like at first, when I first watched it, I think I was like everybody. Word, I didn't like Gula, but that opinion has changed after watching it a few more times. I actually think Gula's like one of the better characters because I don't know. It seems like he's ruining everything, and I mean they all the foretellers kind of suck when you when you really like go through all the scenes in both back cover and Union Cross. But Gula's like the only one who's actually trying to do something. Like Ira's not doing shit. Even Ava kind of was like, Ava, and that's my union was whatever Ava's union was. Um, I don't know. Even I'm a little sus on her too, by the way. But even even with her, I didn't think that she. I don't know. None of them were all that good to me. Not like good as like good characters, but like doing the right thing. Ain't none of them. Ain't none of them got it right. But at least Gula was trying to do stuff, you know. And Gula's the bear. I hope I got that right. Um, Everybody else kind of shicey. And I also have the novel to wait. It's either to back cover or it's to no. It's to you. I had the Union Cross novel, and then Union Cross. Again, if I could rank this based on story only, this would be S tier. But I'm gonna put it here for now. But this might be low B tier actually. Only because I thought the story was fantastic. The gameplay, it was okay. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. And gacha system obviously is terrible. I never put money into it. Please do not put money into gacha, because we need to move away from that, please. But the thing that Union Cross did for me was I always had something to look forward to when it came to Kingdom Hearts. Like it got I never felt like I was in a dry period when this game was active, because I always knew something else was coming out. Like even though the updates did take a long time, it still was I didn't feel like I was in this dry period like we are now, waiting on Missing Link and anything about Kingdom Hearts 4. So this did like a lot with not making I don't know, like not making me feel like I was just in a dry period of it. Like I always had something. Damn it, I did it again. So for Dark Road, I think Dark Road was a little bit better. Uh, I like the card system more than I like the medal system. The story, probably not as good as Union Cross, but yeah, they're kind of close in my opinion. I loved everything with like Hoder and spoilers if you haven't played. Just at the end where everybody's dying, like did not expect that from a Kingdom Hearts game, and I freaking lost my mind. This game definitely deserves like the zero point 0.2 treatment, uh, for sure. Because like I want to see that in 3D, just everybody and him counting him when he started counting the deaths, like just 9, 10, 11. That was so dirty. That was so raw. I love that shit. But yeah, I loved all the characters. I love that we got a little backstory to Xehanort, Ericus, all the classmates. I enjoyed even the upperclassmen too were fine as well. The only one I didn't like is Odin. I I hate his design so much. If they chose to do nothing with Odin going forward, like if they just, that was just their teacher and he was a Keyblade master, and, he passed down the Keyblade, like no name to, whatever. Like if they just want to not add anything, I would be okay with that. Like I'm not a big fan of like, there's just something that I just don't care about with that character. So if they want to sidelight him, I'm okay with that. Or like I don't know, or they'd have to do a lot to repair his character, and for me at least. Also too, the best way, if you have not consumed Union Cross and Dark Roads and you want to, the best way to consume these is Damo did a fan dubbing on his YouTube channel, and you should definitely go check it out. Union Cross is done. And he's currently doing Dark Road right now. I'll actually put the link to it in my description, because you should definitely check that out. Those are the best ways to consume these two games for sure. And moving on to our last game, Melody of Memories. S tier for me. Love the music in Kingdom Hearts. Unbeatable, to be honest, when it comes to music in video games. And I had so much fun with this game. I hope this even gets a second game, to be honest. Like after 4 or like maybe after a couple more games, like they do another iteration of this. Multiplayer was okay. Um, I love playing two player. That was actually, the two player was really fun. Um, Played that with my cousin and stuff. And I think this game did more than it actually had to. All it had to be was a rhythm game. They didn't have to add all that stuff in at the end with giving us story, like with going through like or like her going through her dreams or whatever to try to find a way to help Sora. That was like just a super bonus they didn't have to do, which makes it an S tier for me. And I know people have issues with Kyrie's character in that game, or Kyrie just in general. I'm of the opinion I like Kyrie. I think Kyrie's character is actually really well written, and I do not think that she should have beat Xehanort. And I think the reasoning for it, I wouldn't have hated it if she did beat Xehanort, but I would have probably been like, it kind of makes Xehanort look bad if he did lose, because if you really think about it, Kyrie is our newest fighter. She should feel like the least strongest, kind of like her and Axel. I'm fucking sweating up a storm in this in this room. This room is like 104 degrees right now. Um, yeah, she just doesn't have the training necessary to be Xehanort, and I don't think it should have been any close. And I think she actually did like a really good job against him too. Like she was putting in some work. But yeah, just her character in general. Like she just became a fighter. Like I didn't really expect much out of her, and we needed a way to figure out where Sora was, and that was a good way, in my opinion, to display that. Uh, please don't hate me for not hating the way Kyrie is written, but I feel like I don't know what can I else say about because I feel like I have like a strong opposite opinion to the masses when it comes to Kyrie's character. Because like to me, she does show strength just in other ways. With even just like since Kingdom Hearts 1, when she knew Sora was a shadow and was able to change him back, like no other character has that ability. No other character has displayed. Maybe Naminé could do it, but so far, like no other character that we know of can just like straight up convert you from being a shadow heartless into back to your normal self. And even in Kingdom Hearts 2, like yes, she gets captured again, but she shows resistance and like resilience throughout the game, and she's able to recognize Riku for Sora, and she even tries to help out or whatever, even though she's still not a fighter by that point. She only became a fighter at the end of what, Dream Drop Distance. So I know she's in the hyperbolic time chamber, but like she's not even at Axel's level yet, and I think Axel's like would be like the next weakest member of our Keyblade wielders that we know. So I wouldn't expect Axel to beat Xehanort, and I wouldn't expect majority of. Actually, yeah, just in general, majority of. I don't even know if I expect Sora to beat Xehanort again, to be honest. At least not alone. Um, and I'm just, what else can I say about that? Yeah, but I gotta. I feel like I can keep going on about Kyrie's situation, but that's like a totally different video. If you disagree with me, feel free to put it in the comments. I don't mind. I would like to use my comments a lot more to have conversations with people. I don't like using social media, and if we use my comments as social media, that's fine by me. And also, I don't have a lot of like friends that love the series to the extent that I do too, so I don't get to have a lot of conversation uh, about the game, like at least like a deep conversation about the game. But looking at it now, let me see if there's any changes I want to make. And offhand, I do. I want to drop Kingdom Hearts 2 to the bottom of S tier. Back cover was amazing. Melody Memories seems fine there. I'm kind of tempted to actually drop this to high A tier. Chain of Memory, and I kind of want to play Chain of Memories up a little bit too. I don't know. We're gonna have to see once once I play all the games again, and then come back to this very video and see how my mind has changed. So that'd be cool. If you like seeing me do tier lists like this, give me any suggestion you have in the comments, and I'll probably look into doing it. Because I definitely need suggestions. I do have two other Kingdom Hearts tier lists in mind that I want to do. I want to do a character tier list, um, a worlds tier list, but I don't want to do that too soon. I want to do that after I play each game, so it's all fresh in my mind. And a cool one I don't think I've ever seen done, but I want to do like a Nomura character design tier list as well. So like that would be everything: Kingdom Hearts, all his works on Final Fantasy, anything he's had a hand in. So that means The World Ends With You. What's her name? Ava from Parasite Eve. Just yeah, any character that he's had his hand in designing, just the art. I would like to tier list. And just a little spoiler: I think Minamimoto is our true king in that. I think that's his greatest design, but who knows? We'll see when I get to that tier list. So if you want to keep seeing Kingdom Hearts related content on my channel, hit the like button and subscribe. Currently, I have only one, I think it's just one. Yeah, just one for right now. Video on my channel for Kingdom Hearts is a theory video on how I think I found evidence that the mysterious tower, like Yensid's tower, is actually from Daybreak Town, and it's surprisingly kind of being better received than I thought it was gonna be. It's because it's got like maybe 300 views and like 30 something likes, and and the audio's complete dog shit on it because I don't know what happened at the time, but that's a video that I want to come back to and redo. I won't delete it from my YouTube channel, but I'd like to go over it again just with better audio and like just more input too. I think I was just being like hella shy maybe, or I just didn't know what I was doing because it was just fresh in my mind. Like I said, use that comment section, please. That's like the best. If you don't want to subscribe or like, just use the comment section to voice your opinion and just talk to me, please. Just talk to me, please. But with that, I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you so much for sticking around to the end. Peace.